Oh, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. Let's pull up the charts. Yes, sir. Welcome back, everybody. It's felt like forever. It's just because last week was short, but we're back, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of eyeing up a crude short. We'll go over that. Indexes are just restlessly higher. You know how it goes. What's good, YouTube? Da-da-da-dum. Yeah, ES is here, man. I mean, it's here now. It's literally near and at all-time highs. No jokes. What's good, Sav, Caesar? Yo, what's good? Let's get some more live trading. Yeah, we had, man, just quick recap. Last week, kind of a short week, like a half week, if you will. Felt very cut short. I think because the outage on Friday, the CME outage on Friday, kind of that Sunday we had a gap up like into the beginning of the week, so it's been crazy. But last week we literally gained almost 5%, so which is crazy because it's a short week and it's a low volume week, but sure enough we're back. And sometimes those can be kind of manipulative when you see like a low volume market kind of move price in one direction, but as long as this new week opened up, we do have average volume again, and sure enough price is holding, so price is valid up here in my eyes. And sure enough, ES trying to work back to all-time highs, put in a couple days of consolidation for a possible move back to all-time highs. So that's what we're looking at there. NQ breaking out too. We just ran right through the 50-day EMA. Like I wanted to see that level kind of play a little bit more, but it was ripped down, ripped back up. Didn't really even have a retest, at least not more than an intraday. Probably it did have an intraday retest in here, but on the daily, no retest, just micro pullbacks. We're running. So indexes run back to all-time highs. Let's look at gold. Well, mimosa. No, this is orange juice. That would be cool though. All right. Remind me. I kind of wanted to look at crude as well. No, crude's probably fine. I've been looking for crude to maybe. Obviously, it's a very rangy market, but I kind of wanted to see crude attack these 58s a little bit here, and as long as we're under that 20-day EMA and continue rejecting it, I feel like we have the ability to do that. But buyers do continue to step in, kind of making higher lows on the daily as well. Those are the big three: crude oil, NQ, gold. It's good, Miguel. Gold selling. Okay, let's pull up gold. Yeah, gold is selling. Oh my gosh, look at this. All right, let's see. Oh wow, yeah, it's a pretty ugly rejection on gold with that lower high on the hourly. 60s finding sellers at 60s. So that's the overnight low there at 212, 210. Okay, let's pull up the 500 tick chart. As long as we continue seeing momentum to the downside, might have a chance to hop in like a quick short scalp. For a move back down to 4,200, we're only 20 points off. Gold is getting busted up right now. Yeah, I see a trade opportunity there. Let's do the hourly. Yeah, I see a trade opportunity back down to 4,200 on gold. You keep it light on gold. Gold is crazy. I won't go more than like 3 micros. Maybe I can even build into a position. I prefer to do that. But if this is a momentum trade, we might not see that retested to 28 that we just faded off of. We are just seeing strong selling. Let this little retracement off of the 20s. Maybe we can catch it in the 30s. That'd be a good value to get just short in the 30s. Can we get the 30s? Probably not. No, we're just going to continue ripping lower. Can y'all see everything? Okay, here we go. 20s. Yeah, we just got strong selling. You'd want to see a dump into 210s here, which looks very, very likely. Trying to find good value for the short. I should have gotten short back in the 25s. Let's be patient. It'll be another setup. This looks like a great setup for a short back into 4,200 with all this momentum. Try to build on a position here. All right, let's get short there at 20s. Only one. And I'll build it if we pop into like mid 20s. I'll build on it. I'd like to do, I mean, I don't think we'll see this, but maybe 25s again and 30s. Try to get, okay, we're actually giving a decent little bounce attempt here. Trying to get this gold short filled a little bit here in the 20s. All right, we'll fill 2 there at 22. Let's see. If we start running back through 30s, I'll probably just cut it because we're seeing momentum on the hourly. Really, the trade here is like we should be just continuing to fade and not really seeing a lot of retracement or basing here. So I'm kind of cool to be like play it out quick or we're gonna cut it quick type move. Yo, what's good, Johnny? Okay, we're looking for 4210, maybe 4200. If we see a lot of momentum, maybe 4190s. Let's see if we can continue fading through the 20s. I don't want to see too much basing here because because this is kind of the context of this trade is momentum trade. It was strong down close candle on the hourly pulling back into a triple bottom. It's just not a level you'd want to see a lot of structure start to form. It should kind of run through this like butter, to be honest. It should run through this like butter. Yep, it should run through this like butter. Because it is a momentum play, right? There's no logical reason, if my trade idea is right, for this market to be creating structure and finding buyers off of 4200s right here. We're simply using the hourly, finding a strong selling imbalance with a lot of selling momentum, pulling up the tick chart to my right and just playing that with the 20 EMA off the tick chart and just continuing to catch the momentum to the downside and fade this market. It's a nice test of 4218. Continue to dump. Looking for 4210s here. Looking heavy. Looking heavy. Set a range here on the tick chart from 17s to 20s. Trying to work lower. Being a little sticky down here. It's going to be some buying, maybe off of 215s here, just because there has been in the past on the hourly, but with how strong the selling is, should move through it. That's the ultimate trade idea, is that we move through 42.10 here and break lower. It's just momentum, right? It's just momentum. We might be in this for... I wouldn't expect to be in it for another 5-10 minutes before it plays out, though. Are they discount codes? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know. I would not expect to be in this trade for more than 5 minutes. All right, this is beautiful selling through 20s. Seeing some acceleration on gold to the downside now. Once again, looking for 42.10s to break. Looking for 42.10s to break. Watching just price action, right, as we move into a key level. Price still looks really heavy on the ask. Seeing new lows get put in, not really seeing a buying reaction off of those lows. Good to hold. Good to hold. Shout out to whoever mentioned gold selling off. What's good, Cal? How you doing, Cal? Buy gold. Yeah, maybe long term. Well, we're just trading it right now. We're just trading it right now. Gold's bullish long term, but we're just trading it. If we start to kind of hesitate here off of the 42.10s on the hourly, I wonder if I could just get out and get back in. That's always a thought, right? But we could just snap through it. It looks like we're going to snap through it. Let's take the ladder. What time frame? I'm using the hourly, and then over here I've got the 500 tick chart with a 20 EMA. It really helps me trade with the momentum A lot of times when you catch a sell-off and you catch a trend perfectly, when you catch a sell-off and you catch a trend, hold on, let me pull this over here. Like I said, yeah, when you catch a sell-off or if you catch a momentum trend to the downside, you can use this 20 EMA on the 5-year tick chart, and you'll notice it acts like resistance as we're kind of putting in lower highs on the way down. So they could be good entry spots for quick scalp trades, and that's what I did there. As we rejected 22s, I kind of got short off of that rejection, looking for lower on gold. In fact, let's get rid of this and put up the tick chart. It's no fun watching that. We're looking for the break of 42.10. 100%. Actually, okay, gold's still selling hard. Gold pounding on 42.10s. Gold is selling off. 42.10 is going to break. See how you kind of catch that trend? You just see the 20 EMA on the 100 tick chart just continues to reject, right? That was kind of the idea. That's something I've kind of caught on a little bit. Oh, you need to break 42.10, you sly sucker. What's your TP? I just want to see under 42.10 to cover one, and then under 42.10 to cover one, and then a break of 4200 to cover the other. Maybe we can see 4190. Getting retraced on a little bit right now, which is annoying, but it is a test of an equal low. I would expect really a minimal pullback here, but I'm going to hold on to it and see. See, in hindsight, like I could have covered some at 211, but I had no idea. Then maybe got back in. That's always an idea, but sometimes it's overdoing it. When do I want to make this risk-free? I mean, no, I think it's still fine. I'm just going to hold. Hate holding through retracement, so I'm just going to hold it. Really don't see this holding on the hourly. Yeah, I'd be baffled if we actually get stopped out of this, but we'll just be patient. I think it will pump now. I don't see any logical reason for this not to break under 42.10, but it is a little annoying to watch this, yeah. In hindsight, maybe I could have just popped out at 211, got back in. That's hindsight, though. Just gotta let this retracement play out. Should be chilling, though. A little annoying to have to hold through that, but it's fine. Or we've seen the retest off that triple bottom. This is going to take more patience than I wanted to give it, but fine. Trail. I'm not really going to trail anything with the hard stop in. It's just a retest on that hourly low, so is what it is. We'll see what happens. Should be fine. It's just kind of inconvenient. That's all it is. Inconvenient. What the heck, gold? Yeah. I mean, this isn't the craziest. Obviously, that's a pretty extended move lower, but what was nice is that we were just seeing nonstop selling, and now we're actually starting to get some retracement. It's not a crazy bounce. That's a pretty typical bounce if we're going to get a retest and break lower, so I'm not freaking out, but it is inconvenient. I would have liked to see that level just kind of break without hesitation, but it's fine. I got my stop at 28. Got my stop where if I'm looking at the hourly, like at what point, if we retrace all the way back up to 28, this starts to look more like, okay, that's a truly strong reversal off of the lows on the hourly. That's where I've got the stop, right? Where does it look? Where does it look like, okay, yeah, this is the real deal bounce? For me, that's kind of like 28. When you see that much momentum, I wouldn't want to see it reclaim like 50% of that selling range. So it's kind of like 28s, maybe 30s, but it's just inconvenient. It's just like missing your entrance ramp on the highway or something. This trade's still fine. It's just inconvenient. That's all. In hindsight, I could have popped out at 211 and gotten back in here at 20s. Dude, I do not realize how many lines I have up sometimes. Let me delete some of these. So what's good, everybody? How was everybody's trading week last week? Let's do some catching up. Last week was crazy. Volume is low. It's not too bad. I mean, it may be low, but I'll be happy with 40 points. 40 points to trade on gold is crazy. That's 400 ticks. The selling volume that we did see on the hourly is kind of starting to fizzle a little bit. No, here we go. Here we go. Now we're good. Do I want to add into this and try to follow that? I'm going to add one more. I'm adding one more to the gold trade. I'm going to drag my stop to that recent high. Okay, now that we've had the recessed on the hourly. We've had a retest to 42.10. That retracement was a weak retracement that we failed to break higher on. So I'm going to add on that rejection and drag the stop tighter right above that recent high that we just rejected from. Let's see. Maybe I jinxed it. I'm in 3. If we start to get a lot of selling volume back into like 42, 15, 14, I'll probably add one more. And at that point, I'd be following it with a really tight stop, looking to just kind of be adding in contracts for the break of 42.10. Right. Once the break of 42.10 starts to look inevitable, like the momentum's right here, right now, we've already retested that level 2 or 3 times. We've had the retest on the hourly and rejection. Once it starts to look like a sure thing that we're going to break 42.10, that's when I'm going to start adding in contracts and really tightening up and kind of DCAing into this trade, looking for the break of 42.10. And if we get it and we manage it correctly, we'll be in this trade with a lot of size, and it'll be a massive breakout trade. That's kind of the way I want to approach it. But this, first of all, we need to just get through 42. We need to see rejection at the 20s, like a true rejection and a retest with volume. Started to see a little bit of it on the 17s, but kind of got bought back up. We're just gonna have to be patient with it. Sell trap? I don't think so. Usually if we set up a sell trap, it'll be a sweep of these lows here under 42.10, which is, for me, we can set a sell trap on the break of 42.10, and then this thing could reverse, however it wants to. But my goal is to be getting out of it on the break, so I don't care what happens after. But usually sell trap would be set on the sweep of the orders under 42.10. I want to see sellers drag this down heavy to 42.15s. Then I want to start adding in, and looking for the break of 42.10s. I want to find an opportunity to add more contracts into this trade and really size in for a big breakout trade. So I'm going to be adding in, but I'm going to be keeping the stop. I'm going to be keeping the stop while I'm adding in the same dollar amount of risk. So I'm never going to risk more than $130. I am going to be tightening the risk as far as how much of a retracement we can allow this market to move before it stops us out, but I'm going to be sizing in here. I added another one at 42.16. Like I said, I'm never going to risk more than $130, so I'm going to drag the stop. Looking to catch this volume through 42.10. I'm in 4 contracts. And that's all I want. That's all I want is a break of 42.10, and then I'll be sizing out of this trade. I'll be scaling out of this trade 1 contract at a time. Get a nice retest. You'd expect a break here. Unless it wants to BS with us. This hourly's got like 10 minutes on it. You find the RR good enough? Okay, I hear you. Come on, gold, damn it. Would it be better to DCL on pullbacks rather than prices moving away? I like to be averaging in when price is showing me. I understand what you're saying. That could be a perspective, but as if this is a momentum trade, I want to be adding into the momentum. But yeah, no, I mean that could be something too. But I like to we could implement that sometimes, I guess. Yeah, but I'd rather see this start to show that it wants to run through 4210s than kind of just set a range. So once I start to see that it's making an attempt to run down, I start to add then. But yeah, like in hindsight, yeah, add here. I mean, yeah. Yeah, for sure. They both work. They both work as long as you're managing your risk. They both work. Okay, we're looking for sellers to run through the lows here on gold. Indexes are still moving higher. All right, gold's dumping. 4210's breaking. Looking to cover under 4210s. 4200s might break here with all the selling momentum. Hourly lows breaking. Massive selling on gold. Try to be a little bit patient here. Look for 4210s. Wow, big dump. Huge dump. 4200s on gold. I'm covering. Stops go break even here. We're just following the momentum here, and we'll cover based on price action. So that's how you can scale into your momentum trades and multiply your profits, all while keeping your risk the exact same. 4200s, massive dump. I am out for $600 profit on that massive gold trade. Huge. Huge. Shout out to whoever said look at gold. Shout out to whoever said look at gold. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It probably goes under 4200 here, to be honest, but we're done. Chalk it up. Chalk it up. Chalk that shit up. Chalk it up. That's all we wanted, man. And you might see a sell trap setup. I couldn't tell you. All I wanted to see is that hourly low get taken, and I'm out. All right, set yourself up as this starts to show you, we have a good chance of breaking the hourly low. You even saw the retracement off of it, which was just weak. It was weak. Like, look at it on the 5-minute. The argument is, okay, it's an hourly low. Maybe we hold. For me, with like that much selling pressure off the top, and then we come down, and this is all you can get for a retracement on the hourly on this this is the 5-minute here, 42.10 to 42.20s, and then buyers concede and sellers grab it again. It's just, that's not a meaningful enough buying reaction there to expect us not to just sweep it. And we do sweep it, and who knows what happens now, but that's all I cared about, is pretty much this move and then a break of the hourly low, right from here to here. That's all I want to catch. That's all I want to catch. If you manage it tight, nice trade, appreciate it. Chase flush, he says, should I call it chase flush? Kind of maybe that. Just kind of trying to trade that momentum a little bit. These cords are all getting tangled up. Silver has the most runway. Yeah, silver is at its all-time highs, I believe. Well, yeah, silver is like at all-time. Wow, silver is 60. I remember when this thing was trading at like 30s. Wow. It's time to become a jeweler. Thoughts on NQ? Let's check out NQ. Yeah, dude. I mean, the indexes are just in bleed up mode. I would make an argument to maybe look for some type of retracement back down to the 50-day EMA at some point, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. I mean, we had a pullback attempt, but it just didn't really get down there. And the only reason I'd make that argument is because usually the 50-day EMA is bounds to kind of build structure at least off of, right? Like we saw it there. Usually when you have a cross from, the upside to the downside to reclaim, there's some type of battle at the 50-day. Wow, gold's still dumping. Not really that surprised. That hourly is massive. Well, you see how we sized into that gold trade? And I kept the risk at $130 the entire time on this gold trade. Never risked more than $130, yet I multiplied my position or my profits by 4 times. It started with 1 contract and then ended up in 4 contracts, right? So if we get that move and it does break, which it already had a high, I'd say a high chance of breaking to begin with. Okay, my profits are now 4 times the amount, and my risk has always been $130. We made $600 on that. So that's a 1-to-6 ratio on, just a momentum play to the downside. And I didn't even execute the best entry possible. I can still work on that and do better on that. That wasn't even that great of an entry. We could have gotten to fill at high 20s, but nevertheless, that's the sauce. I ranked in 2100 Topstep and I approved 8K payout with Tradeify. Time to kick back. Nice, dude. I need to do some trading on my Tradeify account. This is my Tradeify live account right here. Keeping it small on here a little bit. I'm also copy trading them. This is the idea. I need to get some more of these. I had a bright idea to like copy trade like 50. I blew a couple, but it's fine. These are all following my Tradeify live account with TradeSync. I tried to do Topstep as my lead account, but it's funky because I think it's because it's on Project X. It's a little funky. It's doable, but it's just a little weird. It's just weird. It was like putting in double the orders and it like wasn't filling all of them, so I stopped doing it. Heck yeah, dude, we caught a great trade, didn't we? I mean, how could you not be happy with that? We could just find a setup like that, one setup a day like that, and just execute on it. How big's your live on Tradeify? Like 28,000 right now. How come you trade micros? Because we just made $600 with 4 micros. That's plenty. Hey man, what's good? It's been a while. What's up, man? Welcome back. Holy, look at NQ. Okay. Just ripping, right? Crazy. Crazy sauce. NQ's just up. Our trading day might be over though. Like $500 on that quick trade is pretty good to me. They kind of slipped it through 4,200 right there at like the end of the hour. I think there was like 4 or 5 minutes on this hourly candle before it broke that 4,200 level. I'm not complaining. That helped. Yeah, dude. As far as NQ, it's like all-time highs before Christmas, I guess. Right? What's crude doing? Could gold be at a generational top? It's a good question. I feel like Bitcoin might be at a generational top. No, I feel like gold can keep going, but who knows what's gonna happen with gold. Ew, this looks like a glitch in the Matrix. Look at the weekly, like all the way back in 23. See that? Look at that. That just looks weird. I mean, that's not. Yeah, micros are crazy. You can make crazy money with micros. More than enough. More than enough. I guess we can watch NQ a little bit here, but yeah, the gold trade I'm happy with. We're already done with that. NQ just kind of grinding higher intraday. What's 500 tick mean? Good question. The 500 tick chart it is simply not time based like the other charts that we're used to looking at, like the 5-minute whatever. The tick charts are order based. So for every 500 orders that go through a market, like you'll see this candle here. See, that was 500 orders. Now we close. Now there's a fresh 500 orders trading. And once there's 500 orders put through, then it will close. And so sometimes it's good to pair with a higher time frame based chart, because when we start to like get into trend and really get moving and see momentum behind a trade, these candles move. They're pretty good for scalping, honestly, because they're order based, right? So like you'll see it really start to accelerate. You'll see quick open closes when we start to see momentum, and they can be good to use for like scalping a little bit. I could even argue that you could use, like, maybe you guys don't trade momentum, maybe you trade ICT or whatever. Some of the ICT traders I think use like the 1 minute for entries or the 5-minute. You could experiment with using like the 500 tick chart for your entries. It's gonna look the same. You're not going to see as many wicks on the as you would on like the 1 minute, 5-minute if you're trying to replace it, but it is good to kind of get a closer look, see kind of how these levels are reacting sometimes. And but simply put, it's based on orders, so not time based but order based. It's nice though. I like it. I like it. NQ pulling back a little bit here. Yeah, NQ is breaking down here. NQ sliding. Looking at NQ on the daily, unfortunately, I just don't. I mean, if we started to like put in some resistance near the 50-day, I could make an argument to like look for the turn and try to trade it, but kind of just like I don't think there's a meaningful short to be had there on NQ. As much as I would like to short a market like this, just going up, 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 I don't see any logical. I mean, maybe if you see like an intraday setup, but I don't really see a lot of potential on NQ to do much. ES looks a little bit better for like a breakout higher than NQ. Look at that range on the daily on ES. That top at 866. We're right here. We've seen it tested like 2 or 3 times. We're getting buys. Anybody see anything interesting? ES, I feel like maybe just kind of, if you can find a good quality dip, maybe use the VWAP a little bit. VWAP wouldn't be horrible because that's kind of sitting in the range on the daily, right? So it's where most of the volume has been traded on average. Wouldn't be a horrible spot to kind of get long at a fair price of VWAP. Way to buy NQ, yeah. I mean, to take out, or ES, maybe to take out this triple top. And we're here. Oh no, VWAP's down there at 844. Okay, this pullback's starting to look a little sketchy, man. I'm not gonna lie. This pullback's looking a little bit sketchy, a little dangerous. Kind of reminds me of last week. It was not even last week, it was the week before. Where we're just kind of stair-stepping lower. Yeah, sorry, TikTok. I'm not reading y'all stuff. It's because I'm on YouTube. I'm a YouTube streamer, so I mainly just read the YouTube chat. Topstep's down. Not for me. Why is it down? I'm mine is fine. I almost want to short this back down to VWAP. Is that insane? Is that insane? Yo, sir, appreciate the follow on YouTube. Is that insane? Yes, it's already moving back down to VWAP. Okay, let's use this. Shit. I mean, we're just selling here. This looks a little sketchy. Looks a little sketchy here. We keep felling the highs around anything above 600s right now is not wanting to hold. VWAP's down there at 330s. I almost wanted to go for like a quick scalp. I'm short. I'm short. I'm gonna do a stop, like a really tight stop. If this 5-minute flips back green at 96, I'll get out. I'm looking for a short scalp into VWAP really quick. 50s is selling. Cover some in the low 40s if I can get it. This is playing out pretty quick. We're starting to see some momentum now. We're starting to see some momentum here on NQ to the downside. Quick scalps. Heavy. I'm out 1. I'm out 2. I'm full out on the VWAP test. So on NQ, as we come up and test a level and we continue to see these just heavy selling moves off of that high, price is simply not accepting that level. And so if the market's going to rebalance, it's going to rebalance at the VWAP, at the volume weighted average price. The fair price of the market where most of the volume was traded is what the VWAP is. And so just kind of trading it back into that level as price is not accepting higher levels. Quick scalp back into VWAP there for a quick $250. Awesome. We're up 700. I'm fucking feeling it. Damn it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm locked in. Up $700. I'm done for the day. I'm going to lock it up. All right. Appreciate y'all. Let's lock it up. This is a live account. This is my Topstep live account. So I'm just going to lock it up. What do y'all mean Topstep is down? Whew. All right, y'all. I'm out of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming into the stream. We're locked in today, but let's not overstay our welcome. All I'm going to do now is off stream, probably do a little bit of trading, trying to bring some of these funded accounts up. I've got my Tradeify live accounts that I've got to bring up a little higher. But I'm going to try to copy trade my way to glory here after stream. But hey, on stream, I came in down $70 and quick scalps back to $700. The market's moving nicely for us today. We're getting follow through, which is thank God we're getting follow through. That's all I need in this market to make money. I just need the right market environment. All of us just need the right market environment, and when we have that market environment, let's execute. We're getting follow through, enough follow through to where I could just play it into a level and get out. That's all I need. Sometimes the market's not that easy. It hasn't been that easy last week, but it's working with us today. So I'm out of here, man. Sayonara. Morning, you said I missed the stream. No. Payouts. Harari, payouts. Check the monthly on what, NQ? NQ's probably going to slide through VWAP again here. On NQ, what about the monthly? What's your analysis on the monthly? We have an inside monthly candle, but I mean the monthly just started yesterday. You like using TradeSyncer? Yeah, it's got its hiccups, but it's been more or less it's been good for me. Yep. All right. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all in the next stream tomorrow, or do y'all want to go live tonight? We can go live tonight. I don't care. It's up to y'all. Suppose we can go live tonight because I'm gonna be on Topstep tomorrow. We'll figure it out. All right, y'all. God bless you. I will see you on the next one.